I just recently rewatched GAMEOVERSE, the pilot, and honestly, I wanted to really like it, but I really could not. Some of the dialogue and choices that the writers, I would say, made just disappointed me greatly. The way the show felt, it felt like a kid show, which I know could be considered disrespectful to some people, because obviously the show shows adult, like gore-ish type things here, which obviously maybe not something that kids should watch. To be honest, the way how some of the dialogue felt, I felt like I was transported back to my childhood, or better yet, watched a show that I used to watch when I was a kid that I find out is not as good as I thought it was. Actually, that's a lie, because technically lots of shows I watched were for families, they're really good. Mainly the shows that were aimed specifically towards children and children only. And if you're anywhere older the age of like 5, you would not find it any more enjoyable. I really wanted to like this show, and I want to make that very clear. This is no disrespect to the writers, the creators of Glitch, no disrespect to Robert Ross. I have no biases. I watched this clean. No connection, no bias, no opinions, or any thoughts of how I felt from any of the people who are making this show. I watched this as basically a consumer watching a show that I would want to see how it is. And from what I've seen, this pilot was not very good. If I saw this back in the time of the what you call analog time, when you would just channel surf, I would have mainly felt like this.
All right, I gotta leave, okay?
John, we just started. Come on, man.
Listen, there's a lot to see in this life. Not wasting it here.
And I don't want to feel that way. When the first time I watched it, I stopped halfway through, right to the point, I think, where they met, I think, that dolphin, Bubbles, or what was his name? Hey, I'm looking back at the video right now. Thank it's ad. When they got to the dolphin part, and when his eyes went 2 different directions, I couldn't take it no more. I had to leave. I literally left like that clip. I felt like I was losing brain cells watching it, and at that point, I could not sit anymore and watch it. I had to leave because I felt like this pilot could have been better, but the choices that they made kept making me lose hope in the show. And if you like this pilot, that's awesome for you. I did not, and I wanted to just make this video mainly to see if there was anybody here who also had that same thought. I have not ever made a video like this. I don't like confrontation, so I did not want to be confronted with people saying, it's because you don't like this or that. It's like the only thing I did not like was the writing and some of the characters. The only character in this entire pilot that I liked was, I think, the magenta dinosaur, Gobbles, I think his name was, because he reminded me of Barney. If he was not in this pilot, I would have not liked anybody. I did not like the cat girl Kit. She felt bland to me. I didn't. She lost her village, her home. I get that. That's unfortunate. But I have no connection to her when she came on. Like, okay, I get it. She loves her home. She's fighting for it. She defeated the villain. The way how it just came in, I felt nothing. I couldn't even feel bad for her. All I could think is, well, that's unfortunate. I wouldn't even have a moment to even think about grieving for these characters that I don't know about. The pilot, in a way, felt like it was like, hey, you should care about all this. At least that's what I felt like it was trying to make me do. And I couldn't feel that. Like, okay, that's unfortunate. Alright, well, I guess we're on to something else now. Then we show off, then we show this character, who very much looks like, Alucard from Castlevania. Of course it's not, though. copyright reasons, it's not. But when we see this character, it's like, oh, come with me, and I'll take you out of here. It's like, okay. So I guess we're leaving now, obviously. The world is destroyed. Okay, so now we find, okay, it's a dream. She had nightmares. She has trauma from this. The most terrible thing a character can have, trauma. Then, of course, one thing I did not like, the little ball of bolts speaks. Now, I have nothing of connection to the voice actor who voiced the little metal ball. I forgot his name. That's how much I don't care about him. Listen. I think his name was Jay Schlatt. I don't know. I saw little clips of maybe the guy who voices the character on like shorts here and there, but nothing much to say, oh yeah, I love Jay Schlatt. Oh my gosh, guys, he's voicing this character. He's in this project. It's like, okay, can he actually voice act? Personally, I'm not saying his voice was bad. The voice, in a way, I like the idea of a character who has, I think that's a New Yorker's type accent. Basically, the accent in a way how Jay Schlatt speaks, I'm not bashing that. It's the tone of how he gave the character that just felt like, I feel like another take, just one more take may have been here. I don't feel like he's playing the character. It feels like it's kind of like, you know those movies where they have coming soon to theaters, big tier celebrity, and it's like, okay, and then when you hear them, it's like, did you even try to really get into the character, like put on the suit type stuff, you know? I didn't feel that. I could not get with him. If anything, he annoyed me, and I think it annoyed me more when I saw him being mean to knock off This Is My OC for copyright reasons. It's not barring, but it's not for copyright reasons. Bobbles for no reason. And obviously this is a pilot, so we are only just getting the idea of these characters. But this may sound so mean. I liked it better when he wasn't talking. I find it interesting how they did not let him talk in the full beginning. And I mean like as much as he is for the rest of the pilot. I understand he did do that little transformation when they did the kitty kibble blast or whatever. But other than that, it kind of just gave off, it kind of reminded me, I don't know, but I believe the idea for him came from, I think, that Ratchet and Clank. It really gives that, and it kind of makes it more also very on the nose when you look at Kit, the character, he's a cat. I do not know what, I think the guy on there was Ratchet. I don't know what he was. I think he was like I think it started with an L. He was some kind of like feline, I think, type animal. But the colors are there. When you really look at it, it's just swapped a different way. But the outfit and stuff and the little metal character is the same. Instead of having a posh sounding robot character, we have a robot with a slightly, hey, I'm walking here type voice, which is not a bad thing. It's just the way how the voice tone wasn't fitting. I feel like they could have did a little bit more takes to really get the feel of the character. Now, maybe later on in the show, they could, Jay Schlatt could probably get better at really getting into the character. I don't know if he voiced any other characters before this character, so this is probably his first time. It's not terrible. I just could not connect to him, even as a mean, grumpy type character, which is basically, I think, what he is. Like, you know, like the Grumpy from Care Bears or Grumpy from like the Seven Dwarfs. You know, like he was a jerk, you know, but he was like a lovable type jerk that you grew to like. Obviously, we've seen in new what's his name, Grumpy, more than this metal ball. I keep forgetting his name. I did not like it. I at first was not even going to make this video, ironically. I was telling my mom about it, but obviously I kind of just started having this feeling of, I need to see if there's anybody else who feels the way I feel. The show isn't, the pilot, I mean, it's not bad. It just feels like there's some things here that could have been reworked. I don't know if they had to rush some things out. I don't know. I wasn't there. But what I can say is how I feel when I watched this, and I felt disappointed. Like, I felt like there were some things here that could have been better, but either they weren't given time to bake it properly to finish it. It felt like some things here were rushed, and I don't like that. It disappoints me because I can see that there is love put into it. I seen the pixel art, what they have it with them like going to the next like level and stuff. It's cute. The art style is not bad. I think what bothers me the most really is the story and how it's presented. The world and idea is not bad. It's mainly, I think, the story that kind of, I think, if the right word is grinds my gears, is that it could have been better. And I really hope that they don't turn this into a first episode. I really hope that the writers really go back and redo some parts here and there. Like, one thing that kind of annoyed me, now this was my previous time when I first watched, I didn't watch all the way through, I left because I was annoyed by how they presented it, was the villain guy. I don't know his name. You know, the guy who like kept hitting all his minions and telling them to clean it up and stuff. When I first saw him, my first impression of him was giving, from what I would understand is, I think, man-child. He gave like a bratish type character, and it really took me out of the immersion of this world. That's one thing about this, I think, pilot that really kept bothering the most, was immersion. Every time I kept trying to get immersed into this show, I kept getting literally flashbangs out of it, to the point where I just couldn't even like enjoy it anymore. That was why the first time I left, because the way how they kept changing the vibe and everything, it kept throwing me off, where I couldn't even enjoy the world that was presented to me. I was only able to properly even see some of it peeking through the second time I watched it, which should not be good technically, because first impressions is everything. Some people may not even give a pilot or anything like this a second time. They'll most likely just leave. And for me, I'm glad I did at least try to watch it again, because even though the problems from how I felt before was still the same, they did not go. I wish they did, but they didn't. If anything, it just allowed me to now be more level-headed. I still did not like the villain guy. When I first saw like the vibe, it was kind of giving, I know most people may not have, but he was kind of giving the vibe of, I think his name was like Mr. Claw from Go Gadget. The way how his vibe was with his like hand and stuff and mysterious, it was working to show that, oh, okay, this guy is big bad. He's big and scary. You don't want to get on his bad side. And then they got on his bad side, and then it was like, you know that music where it's like the little baby thing?
You're my honey bun, sugar plum, pumpy pumpkin. You're my sweetie pie. You're my cupcake, gumdrop, snickums, spickums. You're...
It gave that. And I'm like, why? Okay, I get it. Maybe you didn't want to make him, I guess, oral farm too much because he would have outshined everybody. Okay. Have any of y'all watched Punch Forever? I think by Spirit, I think his name was. He was kind of giving the I think he was the Demon Lord, I think, guy. He was giving him, I think the designs were kind of similar to, not exactly, but similar. It was kind of giving him. But the difference is Punch Forever is like comedy first and serious per frame, you could say, per sometimes. While this show, GAMEOVERSE, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, I think it's either GAMEOVERSE or GAMEOVERSE. I think it's GAMEOVERSE. It's giving serious / comedy flip-flop. And it throws a person, at least me, off. It throws me off. And I did not like that. Obviously, I know there's a shift, up, down, but it kept feeling like a flickering light that is about to go out, and it bothers a person like me when I keep seeing the flickering light, waiting for the person who's obviously holding the light bulb to please fix it. And obviously, ironically, later on in the pilot, he gets it back. He shows his like he shows his villainous when he kills the shark guy. I won't lie, ironically, out of everyone, I felt more bad for the shark guy. I felt more bad for the shark. I think his name was like Snubby. I felt more bad for Snubby than Kit, and that's not good. But technically, it is in a way. If you think about it, because I do not know Kit when I first see her. All I see is, okay, she got an island, she's got family, she's got friends, and she got a little companion guy, who's voiced by Jay Flat. And then obviously she wins, defeats the villain, and then, the world gets destroyed. Okay, that's unfortunate. But then the same thing technically happens later with the dolphin and Snubby, I think his name was. When I see how he reacts to not wanting to, I guess, join the villain guy, I kind of feel bad because it's like, dang, he got wrecked and round.
Game, stay safe, stay alert, and whatever you do, don't die. Because if you die outside your own game, you don't regenerate. Ever. Game over.
He died outside the game. He ain't coming back. I guess allegedly, I don't know. Like, it showed him die, but for all we know, he could come back or something. I don't know. The writers could change and not kill him off. I don't know. That'd be funny if they didn't. I won't lie. I was quite disappointed when I finished it. I kind of felt like Markiplier after he played probably Playtime. I really wanted to really like this pilot, but every time I kept getting to the point like, I could watch it, then somebody says somebody opens their mouth, and then I no longer am interested. When it ended and I'm hearing this I think the dinosaur little theme song, that was probably the only time I maybe cracked a smile. I'm telling you, this this magenta, to be correct with gobbles, this magenta dinosaur is literally, in my opinion, the saving grace of this show. Some people may not agree with me. I really don't care. You're not me, I'm not you, okay? When this dinosaur is present, the show is bearable. It's not perfect, but it's bearable. They should not have replaced. It's interesting because I actually did get a recommendation of Robert Ross's previous rendition of the show when I think it was originally, I guess, the dinosaur. No, it was a different dinosaur, and I think the dolphin guy. Personally, they should have just stuck with the dolphin, but instead put Gobbles instead of that other dinosaur guy. Personally. Because Gobbles, he can get some stuff done. He did better than Kit and her little bag of bolts companion guy, Jay Schlatt. I cannot remember his name. When I tell you, when he becomes smart boy, I was happy. He was able to let this continue. He was the brains of this entire show. Everybody, I think actually that's where his power comes from. That's his secret power. The reason why everyone was not thinking critically, even Kit, was because he not only gobbles up information, he gobbles up intelligence. Because everyone here around Gobbles started thinking not smartly. Speaking of not thinking smartly, to those characters, that paper guy and misinformation. When I tell you, I felt so annoyed. I wanted them gone. I wanted them snapped out of existence. I couldn't. Listen, when they appeared on screen and they started talking, I'm thinking, okay, so we're going to get a little bit of a Team Rocket vibe. That silly trio from like Guardian Tales, only some people know. Cue the picture. They're kind of like that. They're literally another version of Team Rocket, you know? Even the lady's hair was similar to that too when she first appeared. It's just her. She's a blonde. I do not like them. Sam, I do not like them at all. They annoyed me. They, besides the dolphin, was where I said, I gotta leave. I'm done. I gotta walk away. I gotta go live my life because I can't with this pilot. I tried again. Tell me why when, oh, that's another thing. The only reason why these fools won is because the literal agent who has said from her words, not mine, cue the clip.
I've been on a ton of these missions before.
She has done this before, many times. She knows how things go. Why is it that she's acting like this is her first rodeo? She is making rookie mistakes here. Why? I understand. It's a pilot. Supposed to get the idea. Why are we seeing her at her worst? If she gets that stupid sauce from the digital circus, why is it that she has no brain? Listen, she's not an orange cat. She's a brown at best. So why can she not think properly? I understand. At the time of before she made some of that decision when the dolphin came back with Paperman, she already was just coming off from her slight trauma PTSD moment. I get that. But there's this word that's called lock in. She, for some reason, was allergic to locking in. When this dolphin comes in and shows the paper that she now knows is the main protagonist, the hero of this game, is holding her enemy in his little flipper, he can't think, remember no other way to tell this dolphin that has brain somewhat, can't read. She doesn't have any training to know what to say. She's part of an agency from what I'm understanding. The a la carte, but not a la carte for copyright reasons, literally was the leader from what I'm understanding. Forgot whoever was the one who punished her. I think it was the same person, but I could be wrong. They obviously, she could have been the second person to have this. It had to have been an occurrence. Then again, what do I know? Because technically, who was there to help her stop her from winning from her arch nemesis? Who was her agent to tell her not to do something? Because apparently that person was on his or her lunch break. So, if anything, you would think that there should be a certain way. Oh, we gotta make sure it's like that whole thing with the 5 Nights at Chuck E. Cheese. You know how they had it where don't say this, say this. Don't say, oh, this reminds me of 5 Nights at Freddy's. Oh, we don't know 5 Nights at Freddy's is, but we're happier having a happier time. Why is it that there is no way that is in their mindset of what to say when this happens? Obviously, if she said this ain't her first rodeo, then why is it that she does not know the right word to say? If she is so adamant on wanting to save the world, plural, why isn't it that she has a way, a method for this to work by now? All these failures is it comes to either being insanity or it comes to correction. This cat woman obviously has not learned from her mistakes. I ain't gonna call her Cora, but she needs to lock in because worlds are literally getting vacuumed to store up by these villains. They ain't gonna stop, so she needs to get smarter. Or Gobbles can just replace her and watch the Gobble music. Obviously, that's the thing that I did not like. So when she speaks, obviously, she spills the thing, and then the game crashes, I guess. I'm gonna say it crashes, or basically it like locked itself. Like, I do it against the rules. Now we have to do a cleansing wipe, but not a cleansing wipe because it didn't cleanse everything. to make sure there's no anomalies here. So basically, in a way, it just showed that this game has rules. You're not supposed to talk about things out. It's like Kingdom Hearts. It's like Kingdom Hearts, so you can't say too much or it can mess things up. Even though, ironically, the worlds of Kingdom Hearts, some of them be knowing. So it's not as strict. It's more stricter than Kingdom Hearts, basically. So you can't say, oh, this world is fake, basically. The sky is not real. Okay. I get that. Basically, from what the show introduced in that moment, that the game finds kind of like a bug or anomaly of something that's not supposed to be there, where it does a cleansing. Okay. It didn't finish, so it stopped somewhere. Why? I don't get that. The stakes died, and then we go right back to the status quo of, oh yeah, don't listen to the... When I tell you, I had to pause video. As I did before I got to that specific moment or after, somewhere in that area, I had to pause because I was so disappointed in Kit and a little bit of the writers, a little bit. Why? This is not a kid's show. This is a show for maybe somewhere in between teens to adults. This is not for babies. Why are we having this dialogue? Why are we having this conversation? I get it. The dolphin is not, he has brain, not a big brain. But dolphins are intelligent. But this one, I guess, is an exception. Going by his eyes going two different ways. But that still doesn't negate the fact that he's a dolphin. He obviously can learn. It shows that when he talked to Gobbles, he gained knowledge. So he's smart. He just is blocked from a specific understanding of certain things because of this world's limitations. I'm going to guess. It's the pilot. I only know so much, and I'm not about to go and ask questions to the creator. The stuff has been placed on my plate when I first got it. If I do not see it on my plate, well, obviously, I know the extra stuff that you were supposed to add in there. Don't try to add it now. It's too late. The plate's empty. I'm returning my plate. I was quite disappointed by this dish. No seasoning. No salt. It was bland. Not terrible, but it could have used a little bit more salt, a little bit more seasoning. Pretty good. A little better. I would say almost perfect. But that didn't happen. We're not in that time frame. People, ironically, really like this pilot. And I wanted to as well. But I couldn't because of how this show was written. This kid, Jay Schlatt, Gobbles, could have won if she knew the right things to say. They literally had to pick the right words in this conversation, and Kit kept saying the wrong ones. And it disappointed me. It made me lose more hope in this cat girl. They need to go back and please rework this show. It has good bone. The pixelated art style, I like it. The art style, I can roll with it. The voice acting, Jay Schlatt, he needs to do a little more takes, get into the character. Let's discuss about this little ball of Baltimore. Besides than just having this accent, what's other things of it? Really how to get into this character, where it's not Jay Schlatt, it is character now. It is Robot Ball. I forgot his name. I'm not going to remember right now. Maybe when his character becomes more likable, I'll like him more. He disrespected Gobble. He shall not be remembered in my court. So, Gobble's voice actor, it grew on me. At first, I did not like it. Maybe because I thought I was supposed to hear a kiddish, kid voice. But honestly, he grew on me. So the voice actor for him, he's fine. It worked because then later on, you see him go and get more smarter. So it works. The voice actor who did Gobbles, he did good. Obviously, maybe a few more takes. But technically, I would say, keep doing what you're doing. You did good. I actually enjoyed Gobbles. You made me enjoy his character. My little magenta boy. I like him. Kit, her voice actor, she did good too. Nothing wrong with the voice actors. Keep doing what you're doing. You did great. I won't lie, I may have slightly chuckled / cringe when she did that little anime part in the beginning. And now the thing is, it's not her fault. She's probably reading exactly what the the script says. Voice actors did fine. Besides Jay Schlatt, they did fine. The character writing is where, in the story, is where I had the gripes with. The pilot is not detestable. I'm going to say that right here. I do not hate the pilot. I'm mostly dissatisfied with what I was given. If this pilot was a plate, I would say it was under-seasoned, almost undercooked. A little bit longer inside the oven, this thing would have been maybe a 5-star meal. The bones are good. The idea is good. I'm not used to this kind of stuff, but the thing about me is I'm not a picky eater. So if the story, music, writing, voice acting, and all those things are good, those are kind of my policies for a good show, game, or whatever, then I'm going to dig in. So don't try to say, oh, if you don't like it, don't watch it. I'm going to watch it because I want to see good stuff. This right here was not terrible, but it wasn't good either. I just felt like this could have been better. And I didn't want to be that one person that just maybe sat in silence, because I'm seeing all these people saying, oh gosh, wow, bro, this stuff is good, it's some gourmet stuff. I'm seeing everybody else in their own tables having the same thing I'm eating, yet why am I the only one who seems to be the only one saying how this feels underdone? Not terrible, it's just undercooked, underseasoned. It's like, I ain't saying that the chef, Ross, rushed it, but it felt like some things were skipped over or weren't thought out too much. It's kind of like, I almost want to say they followed the old story handbook, but it was for the wrong age demographic. It was for little kids, but this ain't for kids, understandably. We literally see Kit's arch nemesis get eaten by her buddy. I won't lie, that robot kind of looked like a more big mold version of that one robot thing from Astro Boy. It kind of brought back memories. Anyway, it needs to be a little bit more time. It needs more time in the oven. That's in better seasoned. I'm a girl who loves her seasoning. That's basically at most it. And also, please, if you're going to make a villain that is shown to be serious and dangerous, do not kidify him, please. If you want to make him a jokester, okay, but do not show him being like Mr. Claw and then flip over and turn him into that one demon lord from Punch Punch Forever. Those are two different genres. They may be similar in some ways, but they are very different. I should not be looking at this character and thinking, yo, he kind of look like that. He kind of sound like that one. He kind of like that one guy from Punch Punch Forever. I shouldn't be thinking that. I should not think that when I look at this show. I should think of this show specifically in the way it is. And my final thought is, I see this as a recurring theme with shows, at least so far, I would say maybe with Glitch, because other shows from other people, when they're a full-on 1-person, 5-people show, I don't know why, it feels like there's more life into it. Now, I can't say all, because I haven't watched every single indie project, but some of the ones I would vouch for at most that I felt like was a good show that I feel like is really an indie animation is Punch Punch Forever. That one was a good show. Yeah, is it perfect? No. Is the art style my favorite? No. That's why I say that I'm not a picky eater. If the show is good, the music is good, and the writing is good, and the characters are also very interesting, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to enjoy it. If any of them falter like a domino set, everything's going to fall. Or actually more, I think more better will be a car tower. Everything's going to fall. Nothing's going to stay. And when I watched another one, my absolute favorite was a Big Top Burger. Oh, I love that show. With the Kids, that was absolutely amazing. I loved it. And another thing, a better way to show it is Chesseret. Chesseret, when you first see him, he looks like this funny goober guy. But you also know that if this wasn't a comedy show, this guy would be absolutely probably dangerous in some ways. Because this guy hunts mythical creatures like it's a 9 to 5. The only reason why he treats it this way is because it's his job. He has no connection to these magical creatures. It's just work. One more day and I'm finally free to go and travel to the Bahamas or something. But you see that he is a good character. He's funny. A character who's dangerous can still be scary and still be funny. But the villain for Gameoververse, it felt like, it's kind of like, in that one movie Frozen, the first one, not the second one. We don't talk about the second one. The first one, when we see Hans, we see in the beginning, oh, he's a nice guy, he's sweet. Later on, randomly, he shows to be a twist villain. It's like, oh, okay. I wasn't expecting this, but I guess let's ball. Or let's say for that other movie, Big Hero 6, with the teacher guy. It's random, It's out of nowhere. Now, the ironic thing is that with this villain guy, he flip-flops. One minute, he shows to be dangerous. I don't want to hear no bad news. Oh, clean yourself up. It's like, okay. Where did the aura guy go? I want him back, please. Get this crybaby out of my sight. He did not give big villain guy. He gave off someone who still works for somebody above him. And from what I'm seeing, that's not the case. I'm gonna guess he was the first villain who lost and is now trying to get his world back by taking up all these floaties. I don't know. Taking, I guess, the essence of the worlds, I'm gonna guess, to get back his world. I don't know if he's gonna get everybody else who's on the ship with him their worlds back, but something along those lines, I'm guessing. I don't know. Gotta watch the show. See, the pilot is greenlit. I'm not saying don't greenlit this pilot. It's the one pilot. I don't know what the rest of the show or whatever the writers could be cooking up. It could be good. It could be that maybe this was, we were just trying to get through the waters a little bit. Don't worry. We're about to really cook. Everything's gonna be alright. You just don't worry. You just your head. Maybe it could be that way. But in my opinion, if a person was to ask you, or ask me, which one was the best pilot that you have watched on the entire channel of Glitch, I would say Knights of Guinevere. That was, in my opinion, the best pilot, I would have to say. With Knights of Guinevere, I was able to get involved with the story. I was able to get immersed with these characters. Favorite character in the entire show was Frankie. She reminded me of me a little bit. A girl who's obviously a little bit tough and obviously, has, seen the world, but still holds that childish joy in her, whimsy, you could say. She didn't let the world taint her, basically corrupt her and make her, like everyone else around the area. Despite her environment, she still was able to keep that childlike innocence, and I love that. I enjoyed it. The show, obviously, despite having inspiration from Disney, it still knew how to make its own identity, and I love that. The creator, I forgot her name. I didn't really look into it. I'll probably look into it in the future when the show becomes actually greenlit, which I want it to be. It was a good pilot. It made me want to see more. I remember when I first watched it end, I was like, that's it? I want more. I did not feel that way with this pilot. Kudos to the animators who did the pilot for Gameoververse. I thank you for giving your time, part of your life, to make this pilot. But I hope that you will also find in your heart to hear that I do not hate this pilot. It's mainly towards the writers, I guess, that I'm talking more to. That I feel like y'all need to just slightly, just tweak some bits here. The part with the, I can't tell you because it'll ruin. It's like, you put more in-world in-depths here. Like, show me, that these characters have done this for a while. If you're even going to do that in the pilot, you guys could start from the very beginning, which will make it more believable of me hearing all their mishaps. But if you don't, and you were to make maybe this be like Miraculous Ladybug, where you start way after, they started their journey, okay, But please, make me care for these characters, because the only one I care about that I literally know almost the least about, ironically, who doesn't have much of a backstory that I only know from, like, the Dolphin and Kit of how their world ended, I care about him the most. I love Gobble, the magenta dinosaur who loves to gobble up knowledge. Because I like learning too, I guess. That's also another thing. This pilot needs to be better. This pilot needs more time in the oven. It needs more time to be properly seasoned. I know I said this before, but it needs to be really pushed in. The pilot is not unsalvageable. It's very much salvageable. But the way how some decisions were made with this pilot, it either could have been without in some points. The thing that really threw off the pacing, I think is the word you'd say, the way how they do the whole, we can't tell you, please just trust us. This character, the Dolphin, he technically has no reason to trust you. He just met you. He left and came back, and now, as he just told you, he made a new friend. As you say, you should already know how to counteract this. You already know who the Sminex is. You should know how they work, from my understanding. If you know who these guys are, and you grimace at the sound of hearing their engines running behind you, then that means you should know how to counter these enemies of yours. I don't know who these guys are. I wasn't there when y'all first met them. But from what I'm seeing, this is seeming like a first interaction of all time. Like y'all have just met these people, I'm gonna guess. And the way how y'all are acting, it's giving rookie. And I don't like that. Especially when you tell me you've been doing this stuff with the world before. If you have had the unfortunateness of seeing so many worlds become floats or whatever, then you should know how to stop them from becoming float. Unless there is something that the writers, I guess, did not let me be knowledgeable, or maybe I missed something. I'm human, I mess up. Where it was not shown to me what keeps her from learning this. I get it, she got trauma. Trauma is an unfortunate thing. People obviously sometimes have a weakness in that. I get that. But the way of how she acts, she doesn't turn into fuel. I would have thought with her being with a very grounded, grungy little sidekick friend to keep her grounded, I'm surprised he didn't say somewhere in his New Yorkish J-Schlatt accent, say, kid, you need to just turn all that trauma into fuel. You know, none of that. Haven't heard that. I'm surprised I have not heard that. Not even once has that been done. I get it. Trauma can make you sometimes sit still and relive past experiences. I get that. And obviously for that surfacely, I feel that, but I don't have the connection to have that understanding because we've brushed past it so quickly. I do not care for Kit's backstory, not because I don't care that she went through hard times. I don't care because the show did not give me time to care. It's as simple as that. I felt more for Floppy. Not Floppy. What's his name? Floppy? The dolphin. I felt more bad for the dolphin because I got to see how he goes throughout the world. I got to see him slightly, I think, talk with the people around him. I got to see how life is. I got to see him fight the villains of his game. I got to see and connect with his world. So when I finally see him blindly defeat the final villain and kill him, I felt for him technically. And I even was mad at Kit and her sidekick cyborg J-Schlatt because they barely did anything. The shark, how to fight. The shark did more of the work. He did better without him. I didn't see the I can only imagine that maybe the training montage could have been something like maybe Hercules, but I didn't see it, so I can only guess. I didn't see it. But from what I'm seeing, he did a terrible job because obviously the shark had better aim without his teachings than when he was being taught. So obviously, they didn't need him. He almost won. The only reason why he lost is because the both boats didn't teach him how to dodge. That would have been really important to learn. You know how it's like with Sans, how he knew how to dodge? I'm surprised they didn't teach the villain how to dodge or how to counter. Obviously, the dolphin can. Who says that the shark can't? None of that. So obviously, they didn't do anything. I was more sad for the dolphin than I ever cared for this feline cat girl Kit. They didn't do anything. They sat there like ducks and watched it happen. These villains won. It was literally like it fell into their hands. It was so easy. How easy Kit and her J-Slat voice robot allowed them to win. And it annoyed me. It made me not like them. I would not have bought their merch. I didn't like them. I don't really buy merchandise like that, but basically, if I was thinking about giving my money to Glitch and buying a toy from them, I would have not bought the cat nor the little ball voiced by Jay Schlatt just because they annoyed me so much. They could have saved this dolphin world if they would have focused on their mission that they were literally sent there. They were sent to recon the world or something. Basically keeping a certain limbo, I'm guessing. From what I'm understanding, I don't understand. But that's another thing, is that despite me trying to understand some things, I won't lie, felt like we were rushed past it. Like, oh, you already know. You don't need to, do all that important stuff. You already know. It's like, no, I don't. I didn't see what happened to Gobble's World. I only saw the trailers. And obviously, who says I even watched the trailers? I could have not. I could have skipped everything, because technically I almost did technically skip everything just to watch this pilot. I didn't watch the pilot trailer, so I don't know if there was something important there that I needed to see. I think that's another thing that maybe this show, now that I'm thinking about it, has made me realize that I feel like this show expects you to kind of know certain things, references, I'm guessing, or like, oh yeah, you know about that. It's like, no, I don't, and obviously. Or it feels, and if you don't know, they'll assume you don't know, they assume you don't know anything and they kidify it. Like, okay, I see that you are mocking my intelligence here. I feel like that's another thing. They kept mocking my intelligence, I felt like. I felt like I was being treated like I was dumb, and I don't like that. That kind of stuff bothers me. I don't like it when a show assumes I'm stupid, because that means, in my opinion, that's projection, that the writers in some way don't have confidence in really trying to make the show go a certain way. Why can't you tell them something else better? You can tell somebody something and they can understand, like, oh, okay, you can't tell me everything. I get that. I'm gonna trust you because you gave me something that I can hold on to. How hard is it to say, Dolphin hero? I want to tell you so much. However, I am cursed, let's say, where I can't tell you everything. However, I am your friend. We are friends. If you simply give me that piece of paper, I can show you or prove to you, if you give me time, how I can help you. This paper is not telling you the full truth. They are lying to you. They are keeping secrets from you. You're not, at that point, you're not lying to the dolphin. You are telling the truth, that the paper obviously wants him to win so the world is destroyed. Okay, and you are the person who is sent to stop that from happening so he can keep his world, keep his home. Okay, this dolphin and this shark obviously have brain cells where they can understand. So how hard is it to possibly place it somewhere in there, like, hey, okay, so I can't tell you everything. You're gonna be a lock-in shark king guy. Gonna let you know, about all the stuff you know about what you're gonna do to the dolphin guy. I'm gonna teach you something that's really gonna change the scenery. I'm gonna teach you how to dodge. That would be nice. At that point, I was like, okay, That's something that's super easy. Don't have he can figure it out of anything else. The main thing that he needs to learn is basically what Sans knew from the get-go. Dodge the attacks. Because obviously, what's one thing all the other villains did not do? Dodge! I'm surprised. I'm surprised they don't have that. I'm surprised that I'm probably wrong, but Toby Fox worked with it. How come the thought didn't occur? Hey guys, you know we should do that. Really be something interesting that can really help. That's also in world dodging. Let's have the character dodge the villain or the hero's attacks. Guess we're not doing that. This was basically a rant, I guess, discussion. I didn't even have a script for this. I'm just going to say this final thing because I'm just really late. I just finished watching the pilot again, second time, and I wanted to get this off my chest. The show isn't bad, but it's not done. It needs to be. They need to go back and take out all this kiddish wording choices, this kiddish roadblocks that, oh, I can't tell you right now, it's not the time. Oh, I can't tell you. If the character is not cursed, like Howl's Moving Castle, where they're cursed to not talk about the curse, then this character can find some way, especially if this is their job, of a way to tell the character without telling him. This should be GAMEOVERSE Agent 101. I didn't like that. Probably go work on my stuff, because as you're going to see, this is my channel. I make stuff. I'm not going to, advertise. I really don't want to, especially after this video. I'm still kind of disappointed by what I have seen, what my eyes have been disappointed with. I guess that's it. This video, or this audio that I have right now is up to an hour. I'm going to most likely clip it down. Hopefully, it's under at least 16 minutes. We'll see. My disappointment is immeasurable. My day is not ruined because in some way it just started. So it's not been ruined. If anything, it just showed me of what I should not do if I ever write or do story. And I really hope that in some way through this video, I bet they're not going to watch nor comment on this. No hate to any of the creators, Glitch, Rubber Ross, Jay Schlatt, despite me throwing some shots at him. It's really all in fun. This video may not even be seen by them, ironically. If one of y'all see it, leave a comment, so at least now I can see that, okay, I'm not expecting to get any of that. At most, I probably would just expect to get, at most, maybe 10 views. But some people who say, hey, yeah, I also agree. I don't know. Apologies of my audio. I don't have a high budget microphone right now. I'll try to see if I can edit it where it sounds better. But if not, work with me. Maybe in the future when I make videos like this, I'll probably find some way to immerse you into my voice acting or voice audio so it don't feel too much out of place. I don't know if I'll make another video like this again. I'm not that kind of person to just be making those kind of like, oh, this is terrible. I'm not that kind of person. I only put this out because I felt strongly I want to say something in this world of people who felt like yes men to be. Everybody saying this pilot is great. This pilot is perfect. This pilot is astonishingly great. It just felt like I was a person who felt like I was in a world of everyone saying it's great, and I'm the only one who feels like I see errors in here that needs to be addressed. So I think that's all. I don't want to be here all the way. I'm not going to talk your ear off. You can go back to scrolling or for doing whatever you want to do. Thank you for taking your time to listen to my rant. If you want to talk and discuss, I'll see if I can find some time in my day to talk, because I'm open to it. Maybe some things I missed in my rant, I can talk more, maybe in the comments if I feel like I'm led to. Video is basically kind of it now. To all people watching, thank you for your time. This is Miss Ruby. God bless. Bye.